Hello, my name is Tom and welcome to my channel EuroStudyPro. In this video I want to lay out what the application process for HEC Paris is like, and I'm going to show a really personal perspective as someone who recently got accepted to the Master of International Finance at HEC Paris for the academic intake of 2024-2025. As I recently applied, I'm not following any courses yet, so that means that I do not have insider's information like, for example, a recruiter would have, but I do know very well what it's like to apply right now to HEC Paris, and more particularly for the program of International Finance. In this video, I'd like to tell you more about what the different phases in the application process look like and how to prepare the best for each of them. I am personally a Dutch applicant. That means that HEC considers me as an international applicant, but this video is supposed to also be useful for French or non-European applicants. Then finally, I would also like to encourage you to subscribe for more related content such as other university applications, building a good CV, and studying abroad in general. If you're considering HEC Paris, you're in for a treat. It's renowned for its excellence in business education and offers a range of programs for aspiring students. The university has been Europe's best business school for 5 years in a row. Especially the fields of finance, marketing, and strategic management are the best according to the QS 2024 rankings. In this video, I'm of course talking about the Master of International Finance, or more specifically the application for that one. But the same kind of preparation applies to the different masters, but keep in mind there are also the post-experience masters, for which recruiters might be looking for some kind of internship experience or already some professional working experience. First things first, let's talk about timing. The admissions process at HEC Paris has a very strict timeline. From application deadlines to interview schedules, planning ahead is key to a successful application. Make sure you put these dates on your calendar to stay on top of things, and keep in mind that you gotta be ready with your application at least a week before you want to hand it in. For example, if the person that is writing you the reference letter has not sent it to you yet, you don't want to be dependent on them giving it to you on time. So make sure you have some time window in between to account for unexpected events. Then you are probably also wondering whether it matters to apply earlier rather than later. It does, especially for the scholarships. For example, for the Excellence Scholarship, the largest number of scholarships are given out in the first 2 rounds, and then for the Eiffel Scholarship, that's unfortunately only for the first round of applications, because in France they really want the applications early so they can process them in a longer time span. I also think that's really important to mention that oftentimes it's better to apply rather later than earlier if it can make a difference in the quality of your application. Let's say you have taken the GMAT and you've only been able to study for 1 month or half a month, and you received a score of 650, then it might be a better option to study for a bit longer, maybe extra half a month or a month, to apply for the next round. If you can then maybe get a score of 700 plus, then definitely would improve your application and your chances of getting admitted. If you do not feel like you have enough time to improve your application enough before the next deadline or before the last deadline, it might also just be an option to wait an extra year. If you get into a program like the Master of International Finance, you're already shortening your academic career by 1 year, because the Master's is 120 ECTS, all in 10 months. So then in that case, it could be a better option to gain some extra experience, like an internship or a job already, or studying a bit more for the GMAT and then applying later. Now let's dig into the nitty-gritty of the application requirements. HEC Paris normally looks at a combination of academic excellence, a coherent story of motivation, and personal qualities. Academic excellence consists mostly of your GMAT score and your GPA. Other things that are important here are achievements related to your academic performance. For instance, I made sure to mention extra courses and the fact that I followed the second semester courses of my first and second year at the same time, allowing me to finish my bachelor half year earlier. You do have some influence on how to present the facts, but make sure not to lie about anything. For example, you shouldn't present an investment club as professional experience like you would with an actual internship or starting position. The last very important thing about the academic experience are the reference letters, one of which needs to be written by an academic, like a current or previous teacher, and the other one could also be written by an academic or by a professional you've worked with in the past. I chose to do both of them to show both sides of my motivation, and because these two people both have different views on what my qualities and capabilities are. Regarding the people that write you a reference letter, it's very much recommended that these people actually know you well. So you want them to know some personal characteristics of yours, maybe your interests, your previous exchange or internship history. This will definitely add to the quality of the reference letter. HEC is very good at poking through a reference letter that is just generically written by a teacher that you didn't know yourself. So I definitely recommend getting into contact with the teacher before, maybe while you're still having the class, talking with them after class, and then finally asking them to write you a reference letter. This will definitely improve the quality. Work experience is not a requirement for pre-experience programs such as the Master of International Finance. So HEC is not going to expect you to have internships at a wealth management fund or an investment bank, but it will definitely help to build your story, build your case. For me personally, I did some strategy consulting experience, but I'm applying to the Master of Finance, so I do need to explain why I'm also interested in finance. Then it helps also to have like an extracurricular of being part of an investment club that shows that finance is also something that you're really passionate about, and that is the career path you want to pursue. A very nice thing about the HEC application is that you can also add upcoming positions to your application. So apprenticeships or summer internships that you have already secured, you can add. Even if it's not secured, you should explicitly say that, but it shows that you're very motivated and that you want to get into the industry for your particular career path. Then finally, a point where you can really distinguish yourself is the point of the essay, or essays, I should say, because there are 3 questions, at least from me, that were are used to let you show both your knowledge of the subject. For me, it was international finance, but also very much about your motivation, why you want to apply to HEC in particular, and what your kind of personal characteristics are. So for the essay questions, I received 3 different questions, all relating to my personal preferences, my motivation for applying, and my personal characteristics. The first one was specifically, if I were to get accepted to the top 3 finance programs that I apply to, how would I decide on going where and why? Then the second one was, considering the rising interest rate policies of the EU, the US, and the UK, how is this going to influence my future career path? And then finally, if I had to choose, you can now hedge between working fast and getting the job done, or working a bit slower but getting the job done really well. What is my preference? There's a word limit for these essay questions, and I would recommend using as much as you need, but it's most important that you have a very personal touch in your essay. Don't write too generically. You could maybe use ChatGPT to structure it and to get an idea of where you're going. But it should really represent your own ideas and your own very specific message that you try to bring across. So this is going to be your to-do list before the first deadline. You'll have to have your GMAT, your GPA, or your academic official transcripts, then also the reference letters and your answers to the essay questions, and finally your work experience, and potentially also language certificates or exchange certificates that you've done. So what about the interview? If you get through the first phase of the application process, you will receive an email from HEC Paris that you now have access to the webpage of the application platform to make an appointment for an interview. Make sure to do this as soon as you have access to it, because there's a limited number of time slots and you don't want to have to cancel any other appointments or arrangements just because there is only this one time slot for the interview left. Because it's also not possible to change it after you have set the time slot, and if that's the only one left after everyone has been really fast before you to pick a time slot, then you'll have to go with that. So try to be early, find out which times work for you. So the reason for the interview is mainly there for the recruiters and the admissions team to learn more about your motivation, your personal characteristics, and possibly some technical questions. It's very important in general that you present yourself well, so dress up and try to speak clearly, maybe use some hand movements. But the main thing is, who are you, why HEC Paris, and why the Masters in Finance or the Masters in Marketing if you're applying to that one. So try to have this practiced with friends or people around you, online, preferably, because that's the way you get to present yourself, so you can get used to talking to the camera and seeing your movements and the way you present yourself when you're sitting up straight. If you have these 3 questions answered, you can do this a bit less naturally, because they are probably going to ask these exactly in this format. For me, it happened that they asked them all at the same time. So the interviewer asked, hey, normally we have these 3 things that we want to know. Can you tell us who you are, why you want to apply to HEC Paris, and why you apply to the Master of International Finance in particular? And I got a little bit stressed, but because I have practiced it before, I've rehearsed these 3 specific questions, I could do it in one go. It could be more comfortably asked, like separately, so each question you get some time to breathe, and then the other one, but prepare for the worst. Then there's also a chance that you get technical questions, as happened for me. I heard from many people that they don't get any technical questions, so I don't know why the interviewer asked this to me in particular, but the interviewer was a professor in corporate finance, so that's where his field of interest is, so maybe that's why he asked me. The questions related to the beta and why that could be a negative beta, what would that mean for CAPM, but also questions like what happens to the PE value of a firm if the firm decides to buy back its own shares with newly issued debt. I struggled a little bit with these questions, but luckily a friend of mine had prepared similar technical questions 2 days before. I thought I didn't have to practice those, but I was very happy that I did in the end, so I surely recommend it to you as a worst case scenario. In the end, there are a few things that I really want to see and that they will definitely ask, like why you apply to HEC and why the program. Some technical questions is good to prepare for, but in general they want to see some spontaneity, so make sure not to over prepare and have every answer lined up as a robot for you to rehearse. They want to see how you present and how you converse with people naturally. Finally, the interview is very short, only 25 to 30 minutes. So make sure to use your time wisely, don't speak too much, also not too little. Practice this with friends and they can tell you whether you're just rumbling or whether you're making sense and conveying your motivation and who you are as a character, as a person. There are a few topics that I excluded from this video, such as how to study for the GMAT and how to find extracurricular activities that are relevant to your motivational story, or the scholarships, how to apply for them and where to find them. I will make separate videos about those topics. Let me know in the comments which you find more interesting. But that is a wrap for the comprehensive guide of the HEC admissions process. Let me know if I missed anything or whether you want to know a bit more, zoom in on a specific topic. But I wish you the best of luck with your HEC application journey, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, take care.